Let's take a look at Suns T-Wolves. I had a nice 4% winner in game one of this series with the T-Wolves minus 1.5. They won 120-95. Now, -3 for game two. The total has dropped from 213.5 to 211.5 per the WagerTalk.com live odds screen as of this recording. Now, some things we want to pull from the box score of game one. Interesting takeaways to me. Anthony Edwards, 33 points, 18 of those coming in the third quarter. During the regular season, Edwards averaged less than 18 points per game versus the Suns. So he was able to exceed that number in all of one quarter. Then he had Alexander Walker scoring 18 points himself in 29 minutes. I don't think you can count on those numbers necessarily being repeated here in game two if you're a T-Wolves fan. Defensively, Minnesota let Durant do his thing with 31 points, but they really did a good job of containing both Beal and Booker. Booker mostly guarded by McDaniels, and as a result, 5 for 18 from the field, something to keep an eye on for game two there. I would expect Devin Booker to certainly shoot better tonight. Injury news, Grayson Allen twisted his ankle in game one, but the Suns are hopeful he'll be back for game two. If so, you got to expect better than 4 points and 0 of 3 from behind the arc. And across the board, guys, there's really lots of room for improvement for the Suns offensively tonight in game two. In game one, they shoot just 42% at the rim. That's really bad. They turned it over on 17% of their possessions. Also really bad. And they allowed Minnesota to rebound 40% of their misses. All the turnovers and the rebounding edge led to the T-Wolves attempting 13 more shots from the field than the Suns did in game one, which is quite significant. 23 points off turnovers for Minnesota. On top of all that, Minnesota shoots 72% from the mid-range, which is probably not sustainable here. So this could be a zigzag theory situation, but for my best bet, I'm going to focus on Phoenix specifically and their team total of 104.5. Game one, they only shot 44% overall and 32% from three. I get Minnesota's excellent defensively. In fact, they're number one in the league in efficiency by a pretty wide margin. But Phoenix, this season, 5-1 are their games to the over following a game where they scored 100 points or less. And they themselves have scored at least 105 in all 6 of those games. I bring that up because, as I said, the team total here is 104.5. So my best bet for the show today is Phoenix over its team total of 104.5.
The East closest expected series for this year's playoffs, at least according to the odds makers, resumes tonight over at the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Well, no Giannis in game one had a lot to do with the Pacers being favoured in that opening game, and reports are that the big man likely won't be back until at least game 3 of the series, so we'll wait and see on how that pans out exactly. In terms of that first game, though, Indiana were just subpar throughout. The Pacers shot under 40% from the floor in that game, just 21.1% from three-point range as well, while, Damian Lillard was absolutely shredding them down at the other end, especially from outside the perimeter as well. But I'm not expecting that to continue here in game 2. Indiana is the number one shooting percentage team in the league this season. They've averaged a red-hot 50.4% from the floor overall on the year as a whole. Pretty insane numbers, when considering, Boston's hitting almost 2% less than that on average, with Indiana's three-point shooting percentage being almost 16% down in Sunday's game 1 from the regular season average. So I don't see lightning striking twice here on Tuesday. I do expect the Pacers to be much better offensively in this game. And on the opposite side, we have a Milwaukee Bucks team in this one that only ranked behind the Cleveland Cavaliers in terms of defensive efficiency based on last game's sample size in that matchup. That is most certainly not the norm with this Milwaukee Bucks team this season, however, who ranks 19th on the season as a whole in terms of defensive efficiency, 22nd in terms of opponents' second half points allowed as well. So, definitely not expecting another defensive masterclass from the Bucks in this one. I'm expecting a much better offensive effort from the Indiana Pacers later tonight. I'm definitely not expecting the Bucks to start as quick in this one either. They put up almost 70 points scored in that first half on Sunday. So, I do believe we see the Pacers even the series tonight on the road in Milwaukee and take the win and cover as a result. So, Indiana Pacers for me on the money line tonight, even money right now. I like that. That'll be a best bet for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out some of the great deals on offer over at WagerTalk. as well. We've got a special 3-for-1 deal running right now all the way through until Monday, April 29th, which when you pick up a 3-day all-access pass from the handicapper of your choice, you get an extra day added on completely free. But as always, in terms of the video, thanks for taking the time to watch. And until next time, Sana Walya, best of luck on all your bets.